was kind of an odd name.
You came up.
Yeah, no, that's what you're saying.
He's gonna give you a look. You're like, I don't know.
What does Panak mean in the old language again?
She's about to say.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of you.
Damn. Quit reading the script.
I'm the DM. That's all I get to read.
Man, imagine knowing what's gonna happen. She's just gonna be like, oh, well, I suppose you could say I wasn't thinking all that hard on it. It was just the first thing that came to mind.
Does it have any type of meaning?
Well, in the language my clan speaks, Pnook is the word for life.
Hmm. Got a nice ring to it.
Changed it a little so it was more pronounceable and common.
Yeah, wouldn't have any idea of how to say anything like that.
What? Panook? Not that hard.
Yeah, but this is Sam's we're talking about.
That is true.
He knows 2 languages. Cowboy and a language spoken only by nerds.
I so wanted you to say cowboy and Indian.
That's
A cowboy and alien.
Cowboy.
Cowboys vs. Aliens was a pretty good movie.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, I thought that movie would be shit based on the name alone.
I mean, it's called Cowboys vs. Aliens.
Yeah, like
I have
it
no
sounds like
idea
it's going
why.
to be some trashy B movie, and then it's like,
It
Nah, this is
actually,
actually kinda good.
decent. The only thing I can't remember is for some reason that movie had a relation in my brain for the whole brony community, and I don't know why. I can't remember what made me think that, but something at the time of its release was tangentially related to what the bronies were doing at whatever point in time. So I thought it was just going to be a brony movie, and then I watched it, I'm like, this has nothing to do with My Little Pony or anything tangentially related. Why were they going on about this so much? Genuinely, I have no idea.
Maybe people just have interests outside of their weird fandom nonsense.
No, but I mean, like, it was like, whatever it was a connection, and it was more of a connection than it deserved to be. But anyway, yeah. Panook, or for the illiterate, Panak.
Pancake.
Just say it.
Well, Nim's asleep upstairs. There's only one bed, though.
You know what that means?
You wanna crawl
What
in
are
the
we
bed
in a
with
fan fiction now?
You wanna crawl in the bed with me, y'all?
You walk upstairs and Nim has all the pillows inside the fort.
Pillows are supposed to be the walls. How are they inside the fort?
It's Nim. Are you really gonna question that?
I guess not.
They're the inner
My
support.
pillow fort of holding.
Yeah. She's just like, come on, guys, and you just hear the sound of steps after she enters the pillow fort. And you guys just look at each other and you look inside and just see a staircase going down. She's created the
There's
TARDIS.
another Zanzibar's tower in Zanzibar's tower.
She's just
with the only
created.
difference being a pillow fort.
She's genuinely just created the TARDIS of pillow forts.
Finally, a pillow fort to rival Greendale.
So what you two talking about?
Well, Samson did just say that Nim was
But
asleep
Nim was
upstairs.
asleep and upstairs.
Yeah.
And,
And
sometimes it's
Samson, as a forewarning, said, "Oh, there's only one bed, though. You probably still have your bedroll."
No one wants to share a bed with Nim. I'm kidding, I know why.
I mean, Hjal was gonna do that, so...
Yay! Probably
So I was
wonder
like, is it a small bed?
No.
Not really.
Then what's it matter if there's only one?
Well, it's only one bed.
I can't share a bed with a lady. My ma said no.
My mom, before she got sick, said I wasn't allowed to date until I was 60.
When I was
I'm not gonna live that long. But yeah, Hjala just looks kind of confused, and she's like, but multiple people can fit in it, or is it not sturdy enough to hold it?
I mean, probably sturdy, considering how much Zanzibar thrashes about when he's asleep.
Samson just out here dossing
It's only
Zanzibar's
one bed.
sleep routine.
What do you say?
Zanzibar, and then Samson said, "But it's only one bed."
But it's both large enough and sturdy enough to hold more than one person.
I mean,
But it's only one bed.
logistically, yeah, but it's only one bed.
I'm not sure I follow.
You stupid
I mean-
fucking himbo.
I mean,
Oh, you
Hjala,
stupid
you should know.
virgin. You virgin bastard.
What? Wait, what did he say? Sorry.
I mean, you should know. You've got a kid.
Where does this go? I don't
What does-
understand.
What does that have to do with the size of a bed?
Oh, it's only one bed. It means that people are going to be in there, probably be sleeping together.
That's how beds work.
In one definition of such, yes.
Oh no! I know where this is going!
They're sharing a bed. They're sleeping together. Come on, you can do the math.
That's not how babies are made, you dumb fuck.
Samson's one of those people who thinks that sleeping next to a girl gets her pregnant.
If you hold a girl's hand, you put a baby in her.
I wish you were joking!
Good there, Evelyn?
But, okay, so he also gonna be like, is that a problem?
Is this like one of those cultural difference things I've heard about?
Is it a problem? I mean, I set up my bedroll, but... Wait, him's only a kid. Oh.
What?
God damn it!
And then he's just gonna he's just gonna
I'm
sort
going
of
to
like
make the taxi
slide away.
I... She's like, what the heck is happening?
I thought we resolved this issue!
I'm not even quite sure where to begin.
You're not sure where to begin, where to end, or in fact, which direction to go.
Or what's happening. Where am I? Am I even in a place? Can that place be moved in? I
Can I go
don't
back
know.
to being sad? Because now I'm just confused.
But yeah, Hjal's like simply lying down with someone else around is hardly strange.
I mean, isn't that a bit more personal?
Not if you're not doing anything.
Unless you wanted to be.
Unless.
I'm just expecting the next line to be, what else do you do in a bed besides sleep?
What do you mean do anything?
Oh my god.
Is that not what your issue is?
What issue?
You-
I mean, like, it's bed. You don't share a bed with someone. You don't sleep with someone until you know them. Like, well.
Perhaps not where we're from.
Do you not see what you're walking into?
No, Rebel knows what he's doing. Samson,
He knows
on the
what
other
he's
hand,
doing. I
doesn't.
don't think Jade realizes what she's doing.
Jade also knows what Jade's doing.
Jade knows.
It's the children all over again. It's the copy of children all over again.
Let the children continue.
Hjala just doesn't really know which definitions he's working off of. Because if he doesn't mean intercourse sleeping together,
then you know what?
then the fact of just sleeping together shouldn't be a problem even in his worldview. I don't understand.
Well,
You don't understand, or Hyala doesn't understand?
Bro!
hold on. Hold on, Eddie, may I explain this as a DM should?
Is this yours to explain? Because I feel like it's
No,
funnier when no one knows what's going on.
No, I won't explain it flat out. I will try and give her a hint, and if she doesn't get it, that's on her.
Well, like, so I know there's the two different definitions, but it doesn't make sense for it to be either of them.
But this is Samson. What's the rule of Samson?
I mean, it's
If
dumb,
the
but
op-
again, like I said, if he means the innocent, like, literally sleeping together,
Jade!
then why is it a problem?
Jade,
Can
he's
I
dumb!
clear it? You know what? I'll clear it up.
Go
You
ahead.
need me to clear it up?
No,
Okay.
but yeah.
Then let's continue.
No, but yes! Alright, you heard her. Clear it out. I'm gonna go beat my head into a wall.
He doesn't know the difference.
Or better yet,
So-
he doesn't know that there's a different option besides...
He doesn't know that there's a difference.
So he thinks that by sleeping in the same location as someone else, you're automatically doing other things?
Yes. Well, he doesn't know that there is other things. It is literally like, here's point A and point B.
So somewhere he just heard that it's a bad thing to sleep with someone.
No, not a bad thing. But
He's
like a personal thing.
He doesn't know that there's recreational activities that can be done within the confines of a bed. He just
That is
thinks-
also called sleeping together.
Yes.
He doesn't know.
No one has ever cleared up the disambiguation for something.
There has never been
he thinks that when people say bringing someone to bed or bedding someone or sleeping with someone, literally.
No one gave Samson the donkey and the lizard's conversation.
I don't like that.
I mean, makes just about as much sense as birds and bees.
No, there was a reason behind the naming scheme, but we don't have time to get into that.
You save it for the after session, Shay.
Save it for the after party.
Woo.
Which we get to have because Jade's home.
Boo.
What?
Boo!
Huh? What?
Wow. He doesn't want me here.
Wow.
How did you see that?
Sniffle, sniffle.
Look at that. You hear that? She's genuinely crying. What the fuck is wrong with you, you monster?
It's not my fault she's a weird time traveler. Always stuck in the past.
Hey, she's a Time
You
Lord.
know it.
You respect a Time Lord.
I don't respect no one.
That
Well, then you
explains
do
so much.
it. Someone.
Well, it's a
But
good
yeah,
thing I'm not counted as no one.
Gala thinks you're a weirdo.
Samson thinks you're a weirdo.
No.
Because you're like, yeah, I'll share a bed with this 17-year-old girl.
Okay, she's
We're
gonna...
right back to you do what to children? Oh my god! I love this campaign, but also fuck this campaign.
You're right. This is the last session.
Hell
This lasted
no!
1 year. Nope, everything's solved. This lasted 1 year. We're all good to go. All right, everyone make me character.
I
So,
will
like-
stab you.
What exactly did Simpson think that night that Hyella and Nim were cuddling?
He didn't know.
Didn't know.
That also would have been sleeping together.
He didn't know.
He was on the other side of the boat. He doesn't know where you guys were.
What do you mean? He was right there.
No, he wasn't.
He was
You
on the
said
bow.
You guys nestled in
No.
like a thing by the stairs. He was
No, not
It's
that
the
time.
same night we played Never Have I Ever.
Yeah, the recent time.
Oh, yeah, no. He thinks it needs to be in a bed because everyone talks about bed.
Yeah, literally,
the toilet
it has
just
to
like-
be in a bed.
That's why he never had an issue with it when there was no bed involved.
Okay, so Simpson has a weird fixation on beds.
Not a
That's
weird fixation.
weird.
It's
It's pretty
the
weird.
only thing he knows.
pretty weird.
It's not weird. He's just stupid.
You cannot tell me it's not weird. Anyways, Hyella's just like, well,
Wait, hold on. Before you go on with that, I
Sorry,
hate
I
that I'm
can't
about to
respond.
ask this, but does that just mean that Samson sees Zanzibar has a bed, and Samson just thinks Zanzibar has a baby maker in his tower?
He
Not
doesn't
like
know
a
what to
person,
think.
like the bed. He thinks beds are baby makers.
No, he doesn't know what that is. He just knows it's for personal time.
No. It's like if you just like, okay, imagine it as, oh god, everyone's going to either laugh at me or hate me for this.
oh
Imagine
no.
if it's like a math problem.
Alright, I'm out.
Like it,
We're
like in
bordering on
Imagine, okay, imagine it is just, it's just input output. He does not know of literally a single thing that happens in between.
He does not know what intercourse is.
Nope.
Wow.
You knew this!
I know I knew it. It's still surprising.
Hyella's starting to doubt some things.
He can't, he's too stupid to even be gay.
Oh no! Hyella straight up thought, like, at one point, that he and Prin had definitely done it. She never said anything because that would be weird and creepy. But she definitely was like, yeah, totally.
I mean, they were
Like, even if
talking
he's dumb about it, it still happened. And now she's like, wait.
Wait a minute.
Just like calculation meme.
Yeah, it's like the calculation gif of just.
She's just like, what?
Cal was just like, oh my god, I have a chance.
I should make that the Hyella emote, just start being like, what? Yeah. She's gonna be like, damn boy, I don't know what kind of Puritan society you grew up in.
If
Yeah,
Yella
she's-
actually said that, I would take a sip of my coffee just to then spit it out and laugh.
Damn, boy! I don't know what
Damn,
Puritan...
boy!
Damn, boy! I don't know what Puritan society you were living in.
But,
Damn, boy! And I can stay up late tonight. I don't have owl anymore.
Samson doesn't know why you don't know what he's talking about. Because he knows you have a kid.
You laid in a bed with Amka, and then Kuna was born, like, a week later. Hello? Hello? Oh, okay.
Hello.
what happened?
Everything went dark, and I heard nothing.
Yikes.
Yeah, fat yike. But yeah, no, Samson just thinks Kiala and Amka laid in a bed, and then a week later, Kuna popped out.
That is all he knows.
A week later.
Or maybe he doesn't even
When
think it was a
we
week later.
later.
Maybe he thinks they got out of bed and Kuno just rolled out of the bed.
This is weird.
Oh god, Zanzibar is gonna have to be the one to give Samson the birds and the bees talk. Now I have to debate if that's gonna happen during a session or not during a session.
Not during a session.
During a session.
Oh my god.
Well,
I mean-
you see, when a sorcerer and
Once
a wizard
Kiala knows
love-
he's this clueless, she could also try. But it's gonna be weird.
It's gonna be weird either way.
I say try. I want to see
yeah.
Kiala be awkward and teenagey.
Can't be this week, my family's home. Next week, on the other hand.
Why? Are you back at school next week?
No.
Oh,
But they're going up to a different place to visit another person. And I'm not going.
because that person smells.
No, I like that
Person's not
person.
D&D.
Yeah, that was actually kind of the main reason is I wouldn't be able to play D&D that week.
Oh, okay. Yay, TOC is more important than getting together with people.
I also just didn't really want to fly more.
Oh,
fair.
yeah, that makes fair. I didn't.
Especially since you're going to fly more.
Yeah. Problem. Anyways.
Anyway, so
Just
Kiala,
walk for him.
clear up this boy's mental state.
She doesn't know where to start because she still doesn't really know what he's talking about. But yeah, she'll be like, I'm not sure how it is when you are, but
I'm sorry, I missed that. A video came on my Twitter timeline.
relevant video?
No. But
Okay.
I would hope not!
funny and loud.
Oh.
So, very much irrelevant. Actually, no, this is funny. It's just not very loud.
Hopefully.
I like how the mood in like a span of 6 minutes went from like sad and everyone's gonna miss each other to oh, you're kind of a weirdo.
Dude, it went from, man, I'm gonna have to leave him, I'm so sad, to, holy shit, I have a chance.
Not really.
I was thinking.
Damn!
You can be attracted to boys and still not know what sex is.
We have not disproven gay.
It
No,
has
I'm
only
just think-
opened the doors for arguments.
No, I'm just thinking of
Free
practice.
trial hearing for gay or European.
gay or Parisian. It's hard to guarantee.
Is he gay or just Parisian? Well, hey, don't look at me. Well, you see, those boys are different with their charming booty shorts.
Alright, title of the session: Samson's booty.
You have gotta give me credit for that, and I am really good at improving lyrics.
Sometimes.
Hey.
Tiny shirts and shiny shorts.
Gay or foreign fella, it's hard.
This man is gay and Parisian, and there is disgrace.
Mr. Samson Archie Tacos. That's it! I no cover for you no more! My pride as a dragonborn is on the line!
Look, he's already said that he was on a honeymoon with Prin.
Yeah.
So, legitimately speaking, Nim cannot be convinced this man is straight.
Damn, can't any of you take a joke?
Why would you lie to that random blacksmith who will never see you again?
Like this.
Oh yeah, I have such a problem with lying to people I'll never see again. Think back to the castle we just left.
Would you lie to me then?
No.
Okay.
Something smells good. Anyways, what was going on?
Kayla was about to.
Oh
Shut
wait,
up.
I started trying to say something and Rebel wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Go men.
No, don't go, men.
Go woman.
Yeah.
Go woman aside.
No.
Go woman aside.
Oh, that's bad. That's no, nah, man. Saying it.
Go woman aside. Anyway, Hyala was do be say.
Well, I can't speak for how things are where you are, but there's nothing exceptionally personal, that was the word he used. I was like personable, but that's a different thing.
It's very personable. It's not very personal.
Yeah, about simply lying next to someone. Especially where I come from. Sometimes you have to just to stay warm.
That is the worst thing to say to this man.
Everything she could possibly say is going to be the worst thing she could say to this man.
No, that's not true. I could think of one thing. Merrymaker, I like tacos. Now I want to go home and get food.
Merrymaker, what the heck is a taco?
Oh, well, you see, they put stuff in like a little a corn. I'll have to show you when we get to Paris.
But there's only one tortilla.
Yeah?
And you put meat and cheese into it?
Of course we do.
You have more than one protein per meal? Simpson, I thought you were poor.
Well, yeah, that's why we just spice vegetables most of the time.
But yeah, Hyala has said Hyala's piece. Mine is all the taco stuff.
Oh, I mean, I guess cultures are just different like that.
Hyala thinks Samson is from the most prudish community. You can't lie in bed with a girl if you aren't married.
Huh. Keeping warm? Huh.
Yes, Merrymaker, it's cold where I grew. I couldn't even finish.
Did she actually, like...
Yes,
that?
without the me breaking down.
Okay. Huh. I wonder if that's what all those, ads were for.
Have you really never slept close to someone?
Me? No. Well, not... Okay, so, you know that I've, done a lot of work before I ever became, like, an official adventurer. Well, official should also be in the book there. But when I was always looking for work back in the black market, I'd see things like helping people dungeon delve, trying to break into houses of rich people, and some offers were for some people, for someone to, well, sleep together. And I'd look at those, and the money looked good, but, like, I feel like, I don't know, it seems like a waste of money to just pay someone to just lay in the same bed as them. You could buy you could buy like a little stuffed toy for that. But now I'm wondering if they were just, like, cold at night. Maybe that's why. That doesn't make any sense.
I assume they were requesting something else.
What else could there be?
Well, you see, when a mommy and a daddy love each other, there's just...
Is this what you meant by Simpson as a giant question mark?
This is decidedly not what I thought we would be talking about for most of the session.
Oh yeah, I told Lordo stuff about this like at least like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I can't decide if I want her to just be like,
this is literally the first actual bed that has shown up in the campaign since like session 6.
You are a freak, maker.
No, he's just an idiot.
He's just stupid.
This is like a level of stupid that is unacceptable for a fully grown adult man to be.
An uneducated, fully grown adult man who comes from a country where people just sort of mind their business and don't talk about stuff.
So they are a bit prudish.
No,
they're like we don't discuss what goes on behind bedroom doors.
We don't discuss what goes on, like, in my front lawn.
What's going on in your front lawn?
Nothing. I'm Parisian. Literally nothing happens. It's none of your business. Shut up. Get out of my lawn.
So what if I broke into your house and started building stuff on your front lawn? Mind your business. Stay indoors.
This is my property now.
Okay, Columbus.
No bags rights.
I'm like half tempted to have him walk downstairs and say you guys are talking too loud.
And yet there is still one thing that Samson has said that Hyala has not figured out yet, and I find it hilarious.
But yeah, Hyala's just gonna like deadpan and just be like, intercourse.
What's that?
What do you mean, what's that?
Time to pour that glass of alcohol.
I mean, what's
Yeah,
that?
I'm getting a feeling it's time to break out the Jim Beam.
I'm joking, it's my mom's, I shouldn't drink hers.
I'll drink her alcohol. Pass it here.
My mom's alcohol?
Yeah, just throw it.
Well, this will be good practice for when Kuno grows up.
And then
Didn't think I would be
montage to
practicing the talk on an actually unaware 23-year-old man.
22-year-old.
Whatever.
And here
At
I
this
thought he was
point.
26.
That'd be weird.
Why would Samson be 26? Did he wild surge and grow 4 years?
I don't
Well-
know. I just thought it. Now get on with your talk about Simpsons. Impossible standards of virginity. I got there in the end. I'm gonna stare at my dice while I listen to Jade make her character give Eddie's character the talk.
I just imagine it's like one of those like soundless montages where Shalva sort of just like mouths stuff and moves her hands around, and you see Samson's like react, and he's like,
Yeah. No, actually, when
And then when they finally come back and and then after that, Anka just got off of me, and well, 9 months later, Kuno came out.
what do you mean off of me? I got off of him.
Damn. Okay. Power top. Got it. Forgot about that.
Anyways,
To be fair, I don't try and
Shay
remember
said
those-
that 2 weeks ago, and your response was heck yeah.
Oh, I see how it is, Jay.
Y'all do what y'all want. She's also not bringing herself into this conversation because that would be super weird.
Yeah, everyone but me.
I never do it. I am
Okay,
a
so I don't
good
think you
Christian
want Nim to have this
humanity.
conversation.
What?
I don't think you want Nim to have this conversation, so there's your other
They
option.
shouldn't know about how this conversation works.
Yes, she should!
She's
Nim is
She's
16,
a
that's...
baby.
She's
That's-
7. No, she's not 12 anymore. We established this.
But
Nim
she's
should know how it works. She
still-
just hasn't done it.
Okay, you know what? Fair.
It's not hands-on, but like, you know,
I would hope
I mean-
not.
she went to school.
Hyella probably had at that age. Like, obviously with other people also that age, but...
And you wonder why Samson, wait, gross.
That's because Samson's a judgmental nun.
At this point, more like a judgmental rabbi.
Oy vey, y'all.
What? But wait, what was the last thing he asked?
He asked what that was.
Okay, great.
And that's why I said cut to the montage.
But yeah, no, first she's gonna be like, you don't know anything at all?
What's there to know?
Was your mother really so sick she couldn't talk?
No, she didn't get sick until like a few years ago.
And she never told you about this?
No, she pretty much never
Oh,
made
yeah?
mention of anything related to my dad.
I mean,
Oh my god.
generally speaking, parents talk to their kids about this stuff.
Yeah, she was really tight-lipped on literally everything about my father. The only thing I'm
Ella
sure
shakes
of,
her head. She's like, no, no,
the
no.
only thing I'm sure of with my dad is that I have a dad. And I think his name might be Sam.
That's not what I mean. It doesn't have to be in the context of the parents. But
Well, who else would be there?
Well, that depends on your mom.
Oh, he's so stupid.
Yes.
I love it, but also,
I mean, Sam, like, she's, what am I trying to say?
That's a very good question.
Samson, because like right now, Samson is the example of why parents should talk to their kids about this stuff, but she can't use that as the example because he is the problem.
You're the problem with America.
Your mother not once explained to you how coitus works?
No, I know there's two people in a bed and sleeping in the bed. That's it, right?
Hale's gonna go jump out the window. Well, there's certainly more to it than that.
Is there?
Yes, quite a bit, in fact.
Oh my god.
It could even be really fun.
Simply lying in a bed is hardly anything, as I've mentioned, but being actually intimate is something else entirely.
Now Samson has the calculus face, and he's like, huh?
We fast forward like 3 hours.
I don't think it would take 3 hours. She's okay. She's gonna pause for a minute, think, and then be like, "Do you want to know?"
Oh my.
That's why I laughed, Jade, because I was typing that.
What? Explain the giggles.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say it because I'm not a coward.
You mean Samson's gonna say something?
Yeah. Well,
Oh no.
I do consider myself,
Oh
you
my
know,
god.
I do consider myself someone who really strives for knowledge. So sure.
Okay, that's significantly less bad than the like 4 things that went through my head.
Right? Especially when it started.
I wanted to point out the lack of self-aware that he of him being an absolute fucking idiot. Be like, yeah, I love learning. I always loved learning.
Can you teach me?
No, I was afraid he was gonna be like, oh, I've always thought of myself as like someone who learns by doing things. I was gonna be like, bye.
No, we're not having this conversation. Ben, ask
He
Zanzibar. That's right.
literally keeps asking for books.
This is over, goodbye. Anyways, she's just gonna be like, well, alright. And then, we're gonna yada yada over the specifics of what she said, because I am at home.
Good. Good.
Good.
But yeah,
Wait.
she explains things, generally.
Are you telling me that if you weren't at home and your parents weren't there, you would... Alright.
I mean, not if everyone said no, but...
Oh, that would still mean... Okay. Hey, learn something new every day.
Don't worry, we can always recap it next week.
So we don't do it now, but then next week we're just like, well, you see, so boys have...
So, part 2, I'm about to teach you advanced techniques.
Intercourse 202. Advanced techniques.
And after your...
Wait a minute.
After your
Where do my lassos go?
I needed the rope.
Nope.
Samson learns BDSM.
Name of the first session of next, or the first video of next session, Samson learns BDSM.
Zanzibar, I have a request. I need a small ball. For what? Don't ask.
Don't check my mind either. You'll regret it.
Don't check my mind either. It's important. I'm teaching Samson something. What could you
Oh, I thought
possibly
Samson.
teach Samson? And Kala just strikes a pose. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm out. Nope. And stay out of my bed.
Yeah, she
When
gives
you
him the
said
very
strike a
basic.
pose- When you said strike a pose, a JoJo's pose was the first thing that came to mind.
See, I was
I
just
don't
thinking.
know why.
I was just thinking she does the thing where she does that like classic stereotypical pose with the like, "Are you for serious?" face while she like bumps her hip out, puts her hand on her hip,
No, I was thinking
dangles
the
the
one
other
where
arm.
she
Shell
does
is
the
a sassy Latino
contrapposto,
woman
like
now.
elbow up, like Jonathan pose. Just in a reaction, and that somehow gets the point across.
She just strikes like a JoJo's end credit pose. He's like, "Oh, I see. We're going for a bit of Johnny Rum Salt here."
Does like the hand in front of the face.
But anyway, after your long conversation, you'll hear the door open up, and Zanzibar will just come in, small bottles and jars clanking together, his arms full of stuff.
Good for him, but I need to know what Samson's facial expression is. Like, what is his reaction to all of this? Apparently nothing. Apparently he's just dead.
Oh, sorry. I was laughing at trying to think of how Samson would react to this. Well.
Instead of Sex in the City,
But yeah,
Sex
she
in the
will
Town.
conclude it with like, and so when some people say sleeping together, it means this. When some people say sleeping together, it means a different thing.
The lesson ends with, and here's why you're stupid.
In conclusion, you're dumb.
Huh. Is that? Wait a minute. So, does that mean? And then all those other times?
I can't say specifically which people meant which
And-
time.
And then Johnny. So wait, at the bar in Glotnia? Wow.
At the bars in general, you mean?
Well, cause, like, you specifically explained that the bar in Glotnia did all that for taking people home.
Yeah.
And so Samson's connecting dots, but the dots are like in 3 dimensions.
I've connected dots. You haven't connected shit.
I connected them.
But yeah, Hyala will look over towards the clanking of Zanzibar.
Huh.
And he's just setting the jars down one by one. He just notices that you two got quiet and he just looks over, he's like, "I'm not interrupting something, am I?"
Not at all. We were wrapping up, I think. She looks to Samson.
I mean, yeah. Is that it?
Define is that it?
You're the one who is giving the explanation.
mean, she gave a relatively basic explanation.
Then Samson is gonna be, huh? Is that it?
For now, anything else I suppose you could figure out for yourself.
How?
You see what you like and what you don't like.
What you like just happen to be men.
Yeah, Hella may or may not have catered the talk towards homosexual.
Wait, where do the babies come from?
No, Hella brought up, like, other stuff, but, like, anything she would have gone into slightly more detail about would have been what she thinks is relevant to him. And no one has ever told you any of this before.
No. Let's see. Back home, the only time it was ever mentioned was usually just in passing between people either like at bars or like during travel. Sometimes the like traveling bards would mention stuff in like their stories, but they never really went into detail. And by the time I got into VOD, well, it's a college. Apparently college students know all about that. Except for me.
Normal ones tend to.
So, no.
Can be a rather popular pastime for some people.
You know, that's starting to put a few things into context. That's really starting to put a lot of things into context.
I suppose that's good.
Imagine being a fly on the wall for the end of this conversation.
Yeah, Zanzibar's just getting to hear all this.
I imagine Panak is over in the corner just sort of crying. Man, organic beings are so gross!
Mood.
Do you ever regret having knowledge?
I wish I wasn't sentient.
Why was I brought into this world where cruel force gave me life?
And then Yala's eyes twitch a little.
I swear by my grains of sand I will hunt down the power that gave me life and smite it.
I'm just imagining him just like running up and just doing like a poke in the eyes.
But anyway.
No, I'd imagine it's like that thing where like he always tries to kill you because he's just like a small little baby and never actually grows higher. It does literally nothing.
But yeah, no, after your conversation peters off, you'll just suddenly hear one of the drawers hit the table, and then clank into another one as Zanzibar quick grabs it. And he's just staring out the window, and he's just blinking a few seconds. He's like, you just see him look over at the two of you slowly. It's like, you're not talking about. Oh, he's such an idiot.
Why does everyone keep saying that?
You're gonna take it personally.
Merrymaker, most people hear her talk about this at 13 or 14.
Oh, he's definitely an idiot.
Nah, this time it's his mom's fault.
Yeah,
This time it's his entire country's fault.
Well, no, it's
One
just
might say society.
the country
But
is
yeah, definitely his mom.
in charge of having that conversation. Parents are.
Well, you know what?
I mean,
Better
technically
you
the
than
country
me.
is with public schooling and all that. At least in our country.
Yeah. And anyway, Zanzibar's like, you know what? Better you than me.
I would hope you know you had a wife, or poor her.
He
Oh, you meant the talk. Never mind.
Oh, we love you, Shay.
Oh.
Well, glad to see you two are having fun and getting along just swimmingly.
Mm.
Couple of peas in a pod, as it would be.
What's a page?
What's a pod?
What's a couple?
Another expression you wouldn't get. I come out with a lot of those, you know, when he just starts tapping his skull. Infinite amount of information stored up in here. Sometimes
Yes,
memories
you're very
come
impressive. Yeah, Kale's gonna like move away from the desk and kind of go stand over here.
And Zanzibar's just gonna follow her form and just be like, and whatever you teach him, keep it out of my bed.
Kinky. Anyway.
And I'll just go back to his drawers. You want to go outside and do that, that's fine, but I'm not cleaning up your mess.
Gross.
Kale's going to ignore that and eat a ration.
Nim's still sleeping?
I don't know. Go back while I decide.
Okay.
Roll for it.
Zanzibar sets a few things out. Alright, my intrepid little cowpoke. Who wants to learn some basic stuff about alchemy?
Ooh, I do.
Yes, that would be why I was asking you.
Why'd you ask who?
In any event, because he was being facetious.
So was I.
No. Well, it's hard
I'm
to tell.
being Samson.
Yes, you are. Zanzibar will walk over to you with a jar and place it in front of you. It's filled with a fairly clear oil, and inside is just a crystalline cluster. And I suppose you cannot tell me what this is.
Glass?
No, the material inside the glass jar.
Oh. Well, it's also, it's not also glass.
You can roll a perception check for more information if you need it.
I will roll a perception check for more information, because I need it.
So even though the liquid inside is slightly tinted a yellowish brown, you can see that the crystal inside is almost mirror-like, and it's got a grayish appearance. You know, grayish yellow, because it's sitting in oil. Almost looks metallic.
Does
And-
it look like anything he's seen before?
No.
No.
It is a pure mercurium crystal cluster. Distilled, synthesized, and grown. Mercurium, as he scratches the seal off the top of the jar, which suddenly, as soon as he does it, the crystal kind of turns into a blob inside the jar.
Wow.
Yes, mercurium is an interesting natural metal compound that is liquid at room temperature and incredibly toxic. There is a similar element that no longer exists anymore. This must be the replacement for this reality. Funny how that works. Some elements don't exist, but there's usually a similar replacement with decent properties. This is going to be our base for your little experiment. And he reaches out and grabs a crystal sphere and rolls it towards. Now, do you know what this is?
No.
This is a crystal core. As you can see, it's about 2 inches in diameter, similar to Panak. This, however, is not from outside the sands. Carved. I took it from a chunk of crystal and carved it and polished it. It can be used as a golem core. So, I have a large amount of a single substance and something to bind it to. What can I make?
A
A
mistake.
Mercurium Golem.
A Mercurium golem. Yes. Now, a golem that is made of liquid isn't always going to be able to take form. But, since you have a little bit of magic, or, well, next to none, you might not be able to control a decent golem, and might easily lose control of it. So, if you cannot bind a golem, but instead can use tools, what might we be able to do that would service you?
Make something that can help me control it?
Nice try! No.
Mm.
Think about what hangs off your waists.
Bullets! You can turn them into bullets!
My gun?
The gun is what?
A tool.
It is a
A
tool.
weapon.
What other types of tools exist?
We got like the twisted tools, and we have the sharp tools. We have wood tools, and we have metal tools,
Good.
cloth tools.
You have a basic understanding of what tools can be used for.
A
So,
tool is something used to gain a mechanical advantage.
Damn, Samson is going through middle school right now.
so you wouldn't know this, but there are other kinds of golems besides the ones that have their own mobility and independence. Golems can be bound to a space and reside there and move a substance as they feel needed, and yet are not always able to ambulate themselves. These weak golems are commonly referred to as homunculi.
I thought you were gonna say it's losers.
So, if I take this crystal and he picks up an empty vial and just rolls the ball into it, then if I did that, I would have a golem in a flask.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's say it was in a smaller vessel, and he takes another empty vial, picks up your hand and puts it inside. Golem's inside that tube. Pretend it's filled with the mercurium. And
Alright.
now, what could be done with it?
You can make a mistake.
If the golem's in the tube, it's a mercurium golem, would it be able to control the mercurium?
Yes.
Wait.
Yes, it would.
And if I were in control of it, then I could control it. Kind of.
No. You could hold on to it, and you're holding it. What is the held part of a tool called?
The handle.
The handle. And what are all the kinds of things that can come off of a handle?
Blade. A little screwy doobly-doo.
Screwdriver.
Yeah, that. And, a brush. Those have handles.
Focus on weapons.
Oh,
You can hit someone with the brush.
like a knife.
A knife, a blade, a short sword, a long sword, a pike, a spear, pretty much anything as long as there's a required length and amount of material. And he just stands there staring at you with a smile on his face.
Nerd.
Not a toothy grin, just like a pinched lip smile.
Nerd.
Wouldn't a spear need a longer handle?
Yes, it would. I was focusing more on a sword. Short sword, that would be it. Mercurium is highly poisonous. So, a golem that is able to refine the liquid into a fine sheet would also create a blade that is very sharp. Because it's not a physical blade, it doesn't need to be sharpened. It's liquid. But, blood is tacky, as well as other bodily fluids. Which means, as you draw the blade through, you will likely leave some mercurium behind, which would be highly poisonous.
Cool.
Huh.
Hence why it's also going in the vial, because you shouldn't be in contact with mercurium. It can absorb through your epidermal layer and, well, poison you.
What's
Hence
an
why I keep it
epidural
in the
layer?
jar.
Really?
What did it say?
What's
What's an
she say?
epidural
He's
layer?
not here. Yeah, but Hjal is finished eating and is just like leaning on the counter listening.
Huh. What are the symptoms of a mercurial poisoning?
Well, it depends on the dosage. Small enough dosage, it'll never be detected, but with a blade that size, mercurium tends to turn blood blue. Well, red blood, human blood, iron-based blood. You know, like yours and mine. And
Your
Yalla's.
blood is black.
Not entirely true. You got like 25% of it right. Mercurium, when it comes in contact with iron-based blood, robs the oxygen from the blood cells. This creates a deoxygenation, which turns the blood closer to a bluish hue. At least if it's under the skin. Otherwise, it just starts to look black. Funny thing about light is it bends in interesting little ways. Other than that, it basically acts as a neurodegenerative. Right, that's too big of a word for you. It makes the muscles stop moving. And there are a lot of things in your body that is a muscle. Your arm, your bicep, your lungs, your heart.
Ooh. So, big enough dosage could just take out someone like that?
Yes.
Mm.
Of course, a homunculus could be a nasty little thing. If given the right command, the second it gets an opening into the wound, it could force its fluid into the veins. That would be even more lethal. You could create a stoppage in the vein, or even send a dosage straight to the heart.
Ooh.
Yes, imagine watching somebody literally feel their heart stop. That is beyond not pretty.
You guys' heartbeat? What?
Unfortunately for you, in case you were interested, I'm not focusing on making such a weapon. A simple short sword that has an added effect is decent enough.
And since the golem's in charge of it, would it count as a magical short sword?
In a way, yes. The golem
Do
itself
I
is
get the
magical.
stat bonus?
So would I be able to do that stuff I found in the book?
What do you mean? The kinetic upscaling?
Yes?
No.
Oh.
The golem would never have enough power to do that. Nimwood? Somebody high in magic would. Even Yala wouldn't be able to do that. And before you get curious why you can't make a homunculus do more malicious things is, well, think of it like teaching. The more you teach something to be malicious, the more vindictive and dark its thoughts will be. The more angry and vile something is, the harder it is to control. You have such a limited grasp that I have to dial back the intelligence of the homunculus to the point where it can take simple commands.
At least he didn't say you were stupid.
So essentially, it takes the shape and I do the rest.
Yes, it can take a simple shape and you can swing the sword.
Well,
Of course, if you ever have to acquire more mercurium, that's going to be a bit hard because pure mercurium isn't easy to get. It never wants to sit in a natural state in the world. And he'll just...
that why you got it in a fun jar?
Yes, because usually you have to distill it from other molecules. And he reaches over for 2 other jars, kind of reaches his hand out and brings 2 other jars over from where he set out everything down. Mercurium dicrystallate, a white crystal that looks almost like it's very powdery. And then mercurium bisulfite, a yellowish beigeish crystal that looks very cubical but also hard. It's got like that flaky crystal fracture line stuff to it. What is that? The cleavage! That's right, that's what it's called. It actually is.
I'm learning about that.
But you know what I mean, right? It's like a cubical.
Oh, I know
crystal.
what you actually mean, but I couldn't let the opportunity pass.
No, I don't blame it.
You could have. You definitely could have.
He chose not to.
You chose violence. Never forget.
I always choose violence.
These 2 crystals are a pain to distill mercurium out, but finding pure mercurium is incredibly hard. If there is pure mercurium in the environment, well, then it's probably poisoning everything around it, and binding with everything else. Things happen. Although I will say, out of all the things that I've discovered, learnt about, and acquired, this reality seems to be very atomically stable. Which would make no sense to you, but suffice it to say, in other realities, it is possible for things to break down naturally, and that's even worse than poison.
Ew. Now, on a scale of... Actually, I don't know how to scale poisons. I'm not very familiar with them. But, between this and the patooey stuff, which would you say is worse?
Definitely that of the patooey.
Oh.
Patooey poison is incredibly violent. Even if you do survive, there's usually lasting tissue damage.
Oh. Did that count for their little, bit, too?
Yes. There's a reason why it doesn't have any predators. Anything that dares to eat it is almost guaranteed death. Slow, painful, agonizing death. Useful for alchemy, though. He just goes and funnels with the glasses and beakers.
Oh, I still have some feathers.